Alrighty, good morning ladies and gentlemen. Let's go for a little ride. What are we doing today? Let's test out the brand new Motoz Tractionator Desert HT. Fitted these up the other day. An awesome looking tyre. Love the tread pad. Interesting to see how they go in the dirt. But on the road, I've got to say they feel a little bit weird. It's almost like the movements make things a little bit slower. Not sure whether that's maybe the extra weight in the tyre or whether it's the tread pattern maybe. I'm not sure, but yeah, it definitely doesn't seem quite as responsive on the bitumen. But we're about to go through a bit of a windy section up here, so we'll see what it does. But, they're actually quite easy to fit. They're easier to fit than the Dunlop 606s. I did both tyres on the same day. I fit another bike with the D606s that I'm going to do a test on as well, just to see how they compare, the two bikes with the two different sets of tyres. So I've got matching pairs, the front and back on both bikes are the same, so both of the Motoz Tractionator Desert HTs. And on the other bike I've got the Dunlop D606s, so we can do a proper long range test and see how they go. I'd say these are overly that much more noisy on the road. Probably a little bit more vibration. I have run the D606s before, so I know how good they are actually on the highway. Well, those first little bit of a sharp corner, not that sharp, but there was a little bit of confidence there. I have heard that once you get these on the corners or the edges of the tyres, they really come alive. Definitely quite a weird feeling. Although usually I've got an extra 25 kilos on the bike with all the camping equipment, which I don't have today. It's pretty much stripped down. A couple of tools and spare tube and bits and pieces, but certainly not much. I've had a fair bit of rain come through over here in the last couple of days, so I'm not sure what this track down in the creek's going to be like, whether I'm going to be able to actually get in there or not. We'll go and have a look. But definitely feels like it wants to stand up on its own a little bit quicker. Sitting in a straight line, sitting on the highway like this, sitting at 80 or 90 or up to 100, but definitely already starting to feel like the D606 is a little bit smoother. A little less vibration in it. But at the end of the day, this is not a road bike. This is not the bike. They're not looking for tyres to be perfect to go and win a road race or whatever. This is these are off-road dirt bikes. So let's turn off here. We'll go down into Ross and Lock and see what they're like in the sand, because this is the big test for me. Go wake some of these people up that have been living down here. Jesus Christ. This spot's just getting more and more bloody popular. Alrighty, here we are, crossing the bridge. Bit of a sandy section up here, see what it's like. Now I've got a feeling this is where it's going to come into its own. From what I've heard, this front tyre is an awesome sand tyre. I just went straight across it. Huh. Well, that's quite interesting. Alright, let's try go this way. This means we should get a little bit of a cross rut and see if we can get into a turn onto one of the straighter ruts and just see how it goes turning. We're crossing over ruts. Oh, look. Huh. Alright, that was actually quite impressive. I'm going to go do that again. Because usually, now I've only really been running the standard front tyre that these actually come with, which are pretty shit. Where you can't actually go up. Oh, look at that. I rode up out of the rut. I would never have been able to do that with the standard tyre that come on these DRZs. Well, I probably could, but it'd be all over the place. Alright, so far in the sand, these have given me quite a bit of confidence that they're going to go exactly where I wanted to go. Let's go through there again. And then turned into the rut. And it went where I wanted it to. Right, it's right in the middle here. But to be fair, the sand is a little bit wet at the moment, so it makes it a bit firmer, which is nice. Right, let's go have a look at some mud. I'm not going to go too crazy in the mud because I don't really want to get this filthy. I've got a ride coming up in a couple of days, so alright, here's some mud. Let's go up here. Whoa. That was the starter. That was a whole lot more boggy than I thought it was going to be. Alright, let's do some real slow riding through this slippery stuff. Back end slipped around there a bit, but the front, oh, god damn it. Oh. Alright, I'm going to say that was just embarrassing more than anything. I just sort of stopped and fell over. Just going too slow. I would like to edit that out of the video because that was just very odd rookie mistake, but stalled it and fell over. Only human. Oh well. That was one of those crashes that are sort of like tripping walking upstairs. boggy. I actually thought there'd be more water in there. Well, it's quite a weird feeling how it actually, well, probably shouldn't be weird. This is probably how it should be all the time. Because I'm just so used to those shitty tyres that the DRZ comes with, the whatever they're called, the gritty something or other. I'm just used to not being able to ride up out of those ruts. See how we go here. Don't fall in the mud. But yeah, that front tyre being able to get up out of the sand, it's very nice. Alright, here's the test. I'm going to get it up into third gear, float through here, see how it goes on this very soft river sand. It just goes where I want it to. Not going too fast, but I mean, I do got to remember I don't have any weight on the bike, but out of that rut a little bit there, but not too bad. Oh, that's a bit of a sand test. I reckon that went really well. I mean, don't really have too much dirt here at the moment to really give it a test in those sort of conditions, but the sand, it's done well. On the road, it's probably nothing special, but it does the job. And the more important thing is that it's good on the dirt. Basically, we only really use the highways to get from one place to another. Oh, listen to that. That's the sound of the DRZ400 in all its glory. Oh, look at these new mirrors. They're pretty cool. And if you want to move them out of the way, if you're off on the dirt a little bit, just undo that, screw that, and then wind it. Put it out of the way, that way if you drop the bike, like I did, not going to bump it, not going to break it. Yeah, I thought they were pretty cool. So it may feel a little bit weird because I did take my XSR 900 for a ride yesterday. I haven't done that in over a year because I just had a flat battery and I've been too lazy to fix it. Because I've been spending most of my time on these dirt bikes. But it felt very weird getting on it. And then now this has felt weird getting back on this. So potentially that's going to be up for sale. Limited edition black and gold XSR 900. I think it's a 2021 model. Don't really want to sell it, but I need another one of these. Awesome bike. It doesn't even have 2,000 kilometers on it. I've had it for bloody 4 years now. Yeah, I've definitely developed a bit of a soft spot for the DRZ. Growing up, I was always into motocross and had the CRs and proper specific race motocross bikes, which are really good. There, like the brakes are way better, the performance is way better, all the tolerances are tighter. But they need to be ridden like that. Where this, you just jump on it and ride. It's probably a lot more fun. Yeah, it's definitely heavier. Doesn't have as much power, it's not as punchy. But it's a bit more forgiving. I Oh, I think that's a bit of a wrap. Not much of a video today, just more of a vlog, I suppose you'd call it, of the Motoz Tractionator Desert HTs. I'm pretty impressed, especially the sand on the road. They are what they are. Just a dirt bike tyre that can legally be used. Definitely like to try them out in the actual desert, head into the outback somewhere and send it one of those fast, wide open roads. But we're not going to have one of them for a little while. As it says in its name, Desert HT. One thing I have noticed with these bikes, a little tip if you've got one, is the exhaust system. When they come standard, they've got this little baffle in it with these tiny little holes that let bugger all exhaust out. So it's struggling. I found with some of the other bikes that I've got that they weren't idling very well. As soon as you take that out, as long as it's got a clean air filter, just take away that choke point. It really improves the way it's just there and idles. Its responsiveness at the top end is a lot better. So yeah, I'd highly recommend doing that if you haven't already. Alright, here we are sitting on 80 again. Yeah, it does vibrate. It's not too bad. You can deal with it. Although these new mirrors, definitely a little bit more wobbly than the standard ones. I mean, they work. Probably a little bit more reliable in a sense that they're not going to break when you drop it. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. Ride safe.